Well, why does it say live 13? It says live 113. It's been going for a minute 18. I have no idea. Does it say live 121 in your top?
No, it says live 12 seconds. I think yours is counting the whole time that we've been on. For me, it just went live.
I told that whole story about the girl last night in a minute and 20 seconds.
I mean, we didn't jump right into that, but yeah.
Maybe. I guess it was a quick story.
It wasn't a lot to it. It was only one night.
Half a night, not even a full night. She just texted me, though. Crazily enough, at 7 a.m. Crazy is as crazy does.
Yes.
Happy Monday, guys. Welcome to the Double Dribble podcast for Monday, December 13th. Just going to run through sliding back into things. We're just going to run through today's slate. We'll be back on later this week. We'll post something tomorrow. But we're sleuthing back into it, right, Shell?
Sleuth, a good word. Yeah, we're going to sleuth back into this thing.
We're sleuths. Nobody's ever even going to know we were gone. You're going to think we were honestly here the whole time. That's what say. Don't you feel it?
That's the effect we have on most people. Yeah.
All right. So running through today's slate, we got 9 games. I think I actually like one quite a bit. I got a couple others maybe. You're liking the slate a little more, Shell. You want to kick it off? You want to kick her off?
I mean, I don't love the slate, to be honest, tonight, but there's a few games I do like after doing more research. Line already moved on me, it looks like, but I like the Sixers over the Grizz tonight. We got no Steven Adams. He's doubtful. JJJ's questionable. Obviously, Ja's out. No Brandon Clark. I just don't see how they match up. I mean, obviously, the Sixers are a flawed team, but they're playing solid basketball in the last few weeks. I think we're 5 of our last 7. Obviously, I'm a Sixers fan. But I'm willing to point out every flaw with this team, and I know they're not very good right now. But nonetheless, they're playing good basketball, and I think it's a great matchup for them. So I would take the Sixers -3 in Memphis.
Okay, that was when I was looking at the slate initially, jumped on that side. Do you guys – I have a couple questions as I was breaking it down. How are your guys how's the ball movement looking at for threes? Because I think you need to beat the Grizz give up a shitload of threes.
I mean, Maxey's shooting the 3 pretty well. Korkmaz got some tread again in the Warriors game. I think they were probably trying to match threes for threes, even though there weren't a lot of threes scored in that game.
You're a plus shooting 3-point shooting team, right?
Sixers?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we have guys who can shoot the 3. Korkmaz, Milton,
Curry?
Maxey, Curry, of course.
You're not missing anyone right now?
Danny Green. No one of significance is out.
Okay. I can do that. Any updates on
I think it's really just, I mean, with Adams out or doubtful, they're going to really struggle with Joel Embiid. And then on top of it, not that Brandon Clark's a big guy, but he's one of their forwards. And if JJJ doesn't play.
No, Brandon Clark's kind of a pain for you guys matchup-wise, though.
He is, because he's more of a wing power forward. He's like an undersized guy. I agree. He's like someone that Tobias Harris would have to guard, and Tobias Harris at this stage in his career is not athletic enough to do that. So,
and same thing, Niang always lacks the athleticism.
Yeah, Niang too. Oh, talk about another 3-point shooter. Although he's been pretty awful the last few weeks. But
really?
Yeah, he's gone cold in the last couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks.
I like him, though. That was such a cool Iowa State team with him, Monte Morris, and
he was on that team with Monte?
It was him, Monte, and then Monte was younger. Monte started playing as a freshman, though.
Yeah,
Monte
I know
took
that.
over the freshman point guard job, the starting point guard job as a freshman. But it was him, and then the Matt, the goofy white, not goofy, but just I call all white basketball players goofy. The white kid that was on Toronto for a little bit, Matt Thomas, that was on Toronto for a little bit, but they had 3 NBA players.
Yeah, that's. Really I mean, they were a fun team in the tourneys, more so when Monte got older, but still.
Real quick, any progress? I love seeing the ESPN articles that are like
Simmons.
Damian Lillard is a no-touch for Ben Simmons. It's like, oh, is he? You're not going to give up Damian Lillard for Ben Simmons? No kidding.
It's funny to me too, man.
It's like, what am I looking at? But no progress, right?
Nothing's going to happen there till next year, as in 2022.
He might have negative money by then. Me and him might be together. Hey, everybody just want to keep doing it. Then we'll all be together. All right, I think I can do Philadelphia. That's 100%. It's Philly or nothing for me.
Yeah, I mean, the Grizz are banged up. They're actually playing solid basketball in their last few games too, but I just think it's a little flukish.
How was the Philly Golden State game the other night?
It was electric in there. A lot of Warriors. It's amazing. It was almost like going to a Lakers game in terms of like amount of fans for the opposition. It's just amazing to me.
Steph Curry jerseys.
Oh my god, dude! On the way out, I saw a dad in his Iverson jersey holding his son's hand who was wearing a Steph Curry jersey. That's some of the worst parenting I've ever seen in my life.
Wow, that's so weird though, because that's literally like that's the arc we've gone on.
Yeah, it's a little microcosm for society, I'd say.
All these kids, yeah. Now everybody in life is just trying to shoot threes.
Everybody's
trying to shoot 32
a lot of bandwagon fans out there.
Oh yeah,
no, it was an awesome environment. I thought we were screwed. They went down. It was close through the halftime, and then we went down 10 in the third, and that's typically the Sixers' MO to just like good night. But they fought back, stayed. And I mean, I was watching Matisse guard Steph more than I was watching the ball because it was a spectacle to just watch him on him like freaking white on rice.
I give him his props. I think he's gonna be like the best.
Oh, you love him, but dude, it's tough to see. Like as good as he is defensively, his struggles on offense are real.
But he has a decent shot.
He just needs to get a lot more reps in. I don't know. I mean, what is this? His second year? No, this is his third year because he was the bubble season. So I don't know. I would think his shot should be a lot further along than it is right now. But the Sixers don't develop players. Like they're not good at developing guys. I.e. Ben Simmons.
I think the only person I'm worried about tonight is Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, he always gets us, and that's my one worry too. But again, put Matisse on him, and then you don't got to worry about it.
It's true. Can we get him? I like it. 34 minutes he's playing. That's good. I want him over 30.
I mean, he started the Warriors game, but obviously because they wanted him on Steph. But I don't see why you don't start him because you're only winning this with defense with this team. You're not winning any other way.
All right, JJJ is kind of minorly worrisome for me too. So I'm going.
Oh, if he plays, that's definitely.
He's one of the people you listed as doubtful.
He's questionable.
Oh boy, interesting. Okay. Well,
but with Adams out, if he plays, they have to put him on Embiid. It's not a good matchup for him. I mean, it's not a good matchup either side. Honestly.
Yeah, on the offensive end, it's gonna be fucked up for.
I don't know that they'll put Embiid on him, but I mean maybe you have to depending on the lineup they throw out there, but we'll see.
Little worried about them bullying us, but this is the side I'd want if I have to pick a side. Yeah. I'll take Philly. I'm a little worried about it just being a close game and like maybe.
I mean, if it's a close game, it's worrisome because they have more closers than we. I guess it's real. No, JJJ can kind of close too. But Dylan Brooks can finish out games better than most guys on our team.
Yeah, he's gonna have a plus matchup. I feel like that's gonna end up being a close game.
It might be. I still. I don't know. The Sixers are playing pretty good ball these days. I don't know what changed, but they're playing better.
Okay. The next one, let's just slip right into the Warriors-Pacers game, though. Because Warriors
that's my number 2. Actually, it would probably be my number 1. Want to hear
who you like?
I like the Warriors a lot.
Fuck, I think I like the Pacers.
Dude, so listen to this. Golden State, they've obviously only lost 5 games, one being the most recent.
Yeah.
But of the first 4 that they lost, they've come back. First off, they haven't lost 2 in a row all year. Second of all, they've come back in those games after losses, and they've beaten the opponent by 18 or more points in all 4 opportunities.
Interesting. Oh.
Because they're that type of team, man. You beat them once, they're pissed off. And Draymond even shot out a tweet after the Sixers game saying he hasn't been that upset about a regular season loss since he can remember. And that was like motivation for him. I think they come out and smack the Pacers.
I'm a Pacers. I'm a Pacers
and
center. I don't.
And how we talk about the Pacers don't do well with athletic teams. What are the Warriors? An athletic team who can shoot the three, who are going to run the court on you. I think it's a bad matchup.
Their starting lineup isn't that athletic.
Draymond's not, but everyone else is. Poole's athletic. Curry's athletic. Wiggins is athletic.
Poole's attribute is not athleticism. Curry's attribute is not his athleticism. Looney's attribute.
How does Curry get to the
Wiggins? I'll give you, but
dude, Curry is a fucking athlete, man.
I guess he's not like
and shiftiness. Come on, he is one of the quickest dudes in the NBA. That's pure athleticism.
I just don't see athleticism mismatches when I see Poole versus LeVert or.
That's a kind of cancel out there, but
they're
kind of
almost the same smart way. Enough where I feel like Brogdon can oddly guard one of these people just by being smart enough. The Draymond Green thing is bad, but on the flip side, I think
Draymond can match up well with Sabonis.
But
Looney matches up well with Turner. Turner's not a good athlete; he's big, but that's actually someone Looney can match up with. Is a Miles Turner.
He's got to come out to the 3-point line then.
Okay, he's quick enough to come. That pulls him out, but whatever. It's not like Turner's going to beat him off the dribble.
No, I know, but I guess this is the Pacers conundrum they create is pull him out and then Sabonis gets to do what he wants inside the driving lanes.
To a degree, yeah, but Draymond.
But I think they're going to that game plan of success. I guess you're going to be able to switch and shit, which that's what they do. But I don't know. I'm minorly worried about just and then they're kind of small rebounding problems. Steph just fucking I don't know.
Guess, when I looked at their season schedule and saw that they haven't lost 2 in a row and that they've come back on a loss to smoke the opponent every time.
Yeah,
that's what winners do, and I think
over how many sample? How many samples?
Only four opportunities. It's not a huge sample, but that's what we got. This was going to be the 5th opportunity.
3 for 14 from 3, Steph, the other night. Is that guy is he trying anymore? Just dude, whatever.
If you watch the game, Matisse, that was some of the best defense I've ever played. That's why I meant I wasn't even watching the ball when the Warriors were on offense. I was literally just watching Matisse shadow Steph because he was all over him all night. He was the first guy to block 2 of his shots in a single game in Steph's entire career.
Wow. This is the 4th or 5th box score I've looked at Steph this year where he has 15 3-point attempts, has made 2.
Yeah, well, that Suns game, that wasn't because of good defense.
No, I understand. I'm saying, but there's a bunch of these situations where it's just dude, you're playing video game, but it's you had the toggle a little bit off and you're just whipping things for fucking 40 minutes. I don't know. The guy just seems apathetic to me at the moment. I don't know. I got a little movement in my.
And are the Pacers going to hit threes again like they just did in their last game on Friday against the Mavs? Is Miles Turner going to go 4 of 7 or whatever that was from 3 again? I just don't see it.
Oh, you're probably right. I don't know. There's just something I don't like about Steph right now because he's chasing the 3-point record too. I think that's why he's chucking all these up. He's chasing the 3-point record.
He's going to do that every night. And then that's just even more what's the chances he goes a 3 of 14 again? Not very high.
Oh, I don't know about this one. Because then I really worry, God forbid, Draymond or one of the starters get in foul trouble. If I have to watch that Toscano Anderson guy try and guard Sabonis in them, I'm going to have a meltdown. That would be one of the freaking, that guy's level of discipline versus Sabonis would be the saddest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, it won't be good.
He'd be out of the game in 3 minutes.
Draymond's pretty smart, though. Obviously, each game is unique, so who knows, but I don't know. I just think it's a plus matchup for the Warriors and not a good matchup for Indiana. And history shown this year, you don't want to play the Warriors coming off a loss. 18 plus points in 4 opportunities. It's not like they just beat the teams. They fucking smoked the teams.
No, I I understand. I got a mental block with the Warriors right now, just in this. because I need them to dip off a little bit so that I can get the story of like when Clay comes back, like, is this a straw that does this change everything? And then it does, and freaking Clay gets his shine.
I can't wait for that moment, because my fantasy team needs it, but more so just because Clay's the man.
It's interesting. We'll see what becomes of this Warriors stock on this East Coast trip, because they got Philly, Indiana, the Knicks, Celtics, and then finishing up with the Raptors over the course of until Saturday. They have a bunch of games on the East Coast until Saturday. They've actually lost 3 of 6. Interestingly enough, different ways to view the Warriors, but on one hand, they've lost 3 of 6 to freaking San Antonio stuck in there too.
Yeah, that's not a good one. Although, again, San Antonio's playing good basketball in the last month, man. They won again last night.
Yeah, I might have been wrong about them. They might be playing all right.
I mean, they took some time. They don't have a whole lot of talent down there, but Pops seems to be figuring it out with what he's got at this point.
I think Murray's playing better too. Every time I watch, Murray seems to be playing better.
I mean, he's been pretty phenomenal all season, but definitely in the last month.
All right, you got anything on this Kings-Raptors game?
I don't like that one.
I don't feel a type of way about it.
Yeah, I just don't. I wouldn't touch it. If I were to take it, I do think the Raptors beat them because Rashawn Holmes is out. So I just what are the Kings gonna do inside? So unless the Kings are like running, gunning, and not missing a lot of shots, if it becomes like they have to get rebounds and get second chance points, it's not gonna go well for them.
Yeah, the only thing I'm minorly worried about is them sticking like Mitchell or Halliburton on Fred VanVleet, and then like Fred's just stuck and can't do anything all game, and their offense is just completely terrible.
True, but I would think and hope that they just throw a lot of screens for them. And I mean, yeah, I don't know. Norman Powell's also a pretty solid guard defender, and he's going to be on Fox or Halliburton.
I don't care who he's on Fox. That guy is so useless. He is such a net negative for De'Aaron Fox. And coming from his biggest fan I was a huge De'Aaron Fox guy in college, remember? When he came out, I was yelling about De'Aaron Fox from the rafters. But those little chicken legs, you got to do some of the calf lift. You got to do some of those.
I mean, he's got bunnies, man. He can hop.
Bro, he's got chicken legs.
He does have chicken legs.
He's too easy to push.
He just
whatever.
All over.
Yeah, now I want him to do one of those Mighty Ducks things out in front of the net and get good at, But I can't do that guy. Houston, Atlanta.
Again, wouldn't touch it, but I would honestly, I think that's disrespect to Houston to be 11-point dogs.
Same.
Like they're playing really good basketball in the last 2 weeks, and who the fuck are the Hawks?
They're trying their asses off because it's not the starting guards. It's not
Porter Jr.'s been out, and who else is out?
Green.
Wall? Oh yeah, Green, not Wall.
And then they lost their last. They were on a freaking 7-game win streak. They lost their last 2 because
but played them close.
Yeah, but I'm not sure they can actually they might need, because you just have like Garrison Brooks and like Armani Brooks and those guys back there who are were really good college guards there now, and they're trying their asses off trying to get in, like Garrison Matthews.
Yeah.
From
where did he play college? I just saw that he was a journeyman.
I think Lipscomb. He's like steady, whatever. He's like a good guard that shoot 3, drive, tough, like white guy.
We got old man Eric Gordon too, playing decent basketball.
Well, Eric Gordon missed the last 2, so they couldn't get. He missed at least the last one, I think the last 2, so they couldn't get over the hump without him. Would you need a little bit of that veteran guard to push the whole thing across? That makes sense. And he had good games, like efficient games.
Yeah, he was playing efficient basketball.
Yeah, very efficient, a lot of 8 for 12 nights and shit, with good assist numbers. It's you're with a bunch of young guys. Got to be playing some pretty high level basketball. But I think the matchups match up fine for the Rockets in this. Their front court's kind of a little pansy, skill pansy, but
But so is the Hawks.
Exactly. The Capella thing is going to be a little, but like if Christian Wood and Tyson them are just standing on the 3-point line the whole time, then like Capella is going to be useless anyways, as long as they're hitting some semblance of their threes.
Yep.
I think the Hawks are playing bad basketball regardless. Like watching them at the end of games, it's like I just wonder what the fuck everybody else is thinking when like it's like tight games. They're in a tight game every single game, and then Trae Young just starts whipping 35-footers. I mean, I guess he's doing it all game, but like just the optics when you're in like a tie game and you just watch the whole team run down the court, him trailing up, and then just from the hip.
Yeah, those are the situations where they got to get the ball in someone else's hands. Like, that's why you have Lou Williams, am I right? Like, you traded for that guy. Like, bring him in to run those situations. I don't know. I like Trae Young more than you, of course, but I don't like him in those situations. He plays like he's still in AAU.
I like anybody more than Trae Young right now.
Do you like Heat Cavs at all?
Wait, why is Luwawu Calburo starting and playing 30 minutes for the Hawks?
I don't know. Because Hunter and Reddish are still hurt.
No,
but
Reddish
I thought they had more depth at the wing.
Reddish came back, but I think he's a net negative.
He's better than TLC, I'll tell you that.
Actually, interesting. These guys have nobody to guard Tate. Jalen Tate's going to have a big game. This roster has nobody to guard Tate. Collins, Capella, they're all tall or tiny. Collins, Capella, I mean, Herder's not. He can't move his feet. But how the hell is your front court John Collins, Clint Capella, and Danilo Gallinari? What a weird crew to assemble.
You get rebounds with it, but you're not very athletic.
Collins kind of.
Collins is pretty athletic.
We're not great with lateral movement. If you can just get directly at us, we'd appreciate it. Just like a runaway trade. Man.
Because Capella's athletic too, but yeah, like you said, it's the lateral movement that's no bueno.
It's actually crazy because like Collins and Herder are like relatively efficient, and so is Capella. It's like everybody's pretty efficient, and then it's just la Young. I'll take Rockets. It was 12 last night. I would still take 11. I definitely want them.
I think it just dropped to 10.5 too. That's what I just saw. But regardless, as long as it's 10 or more, I'm definitely on the Rockets. I would take them down to 8. Bro,
if I was feeling psycho, I'd sprinkle the money line.
450.
I'll sprinkle the freaking money line because what am I afraid? The Hawks will find a way to lose the game anyways.
Yeah, so and at plus 450, that's just great. That's great value for one game.
I'd like to know, is Eric Gordon playing? Let's see. Rockets injury report. If Aaron Gordon's playing, I'm not going to, got to be a little more fiscally conservative maybe, but that seems like a play.
Yeah, you don't want to be making big financial decisions based on old man Eric, but at the same time, he moves the needle for them in their current form. He's not listed on the list. Yeah, he's playing.
Oh, I might have a little Rockets money line, kid. Just a little. Not like a full half unit sprinkle like I would usually do, but I could have a plus 450 ticket. I will have a tiny plus 450 ticket or whatever. Anything on. All right, so I like Rockets money line. Oh, we skipped. Do you have any opinion on Heat Cavs?
That's what I was just trying to change the topic to. I don't really love that game because I feel like the Cavs have to cool off at some point. I like the matchup for them, though. Although, I don't know. It's like we say guard play always wins, and clearly the Heat have much better guard play than the Cavs. But
I thought it was interesting looking at the box score from the matchup these two had like a little while ago. Because my initial, I was like, oh, they're just gonna like murder them inside. The Heat are actually oddly very adept at defending inside and like limiting post presences from abusing them inside and like guarding the rim and keeping just people kind of out of the like paint in general. Like that's why they excel in that Bucks matchup. Like I think the Heat are pretty good at that. Weirdly, in the first matchup against Cleveland shot like 55% from 3. when they killed them, when Cleveland blew out Miami.
Did they have Sexton in that game? Not that he's a stud.
No, this was the freak big lineup already.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if I was to lean one way, it would definitely be the Cavs. I think they're just playing really good basketball. Dude, your boy Jared Allen has just been incredible this season.
Bro.
He should be most improved player without a doubt.
You don't trade James Harden for Jared Allen. You got another ring, Kev. You just got to think about these things.
Jared Allen, if you had those two in your front court, that would be the best front court in the NBA.
But they actually would work together, too. Like, I don't understand what you were thinking. And now you're sitting here stuck with James Harden. You're stuck with it.
I mean, you just could have found someone that does similar things for a lot. I mean, there's only one James Harden. I understand the allure, but nonetheless, you can find someone who does similar things a lot easier than you're going to find a Jared Allen replacement right now.
I feel like every time I look at a Jared Allen box score, he's got like a plus 20 plus minus.
It's and just like an efficient,
like, what the fuck?
And like an efficient 22 and 13.
Yeah, I don't particularly myself foresee Kevin Love going 6 for 8 from 3 again in this matchup today.
Is Bam Adebayo still out? Right?
Probably, you would think.
I think it was a long, pretty significant injury. I did look at that earlier, but I forget. Adebayo, yeah, out.
No Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, he has surgery. That's what I thought. Yeah, no Butler's been out for a minute.
No Marquise Morris.
Not that he's a stud, but he helps them. Your boy Caleb Martin's even out.
He's got the vid.
He's got the vid. Shocker. If anyone in this league had the vid, I would expect it to be Caleb Martin.
Yeah, he's him in Miami must be I don't think that guy is particularly
in the candy shop.
He's out a lot. He's out partying a lot.
Yeah.
While Cody's in the workshop, he's in the candy shop. I love taking the heat without Jimmy Butler. It's like my favorite thing to do. Top 5 favorite things to do is take the heat when Jimmy Butler's out. It's like clockwork. So I might be on the heat.
5 points is a lot.
5 points is a lot in this matchup.
But I mean,
I think they defended.
What are they like? Well. Jared Allen and Mobley and Markkanen and Love, like
they're just. But it's weird if you just look at the amount of touches that when you kind of run through their games, the Heat, they just don't give up tons of like they'll just double or do other things and just make other things beat them. Like they just figure out how to. And they play just good.
Is a great coach.
Defense. He is a great coach. Great defensive coach. Great offensive coach.
Doesn't get enough credit. He's a top 5 coach in the NBA. Top 3 coach probably.
Unbelievable defensive coach though. I think this is key here.
Yep. All right, let's move on to Bucks Celtics. I'm guessing that Giannis isn't playing, that it's only -1 for Milwaukee.
It's -1 for Milwaukee?
That's it. I mean, it's in Boston, but still.
It was +2 last night. You know, the only person I see being out is Dante DiVincenzo.
No Brook Lopez. Still. How are they? They're coming. They played last night. Maybe that's part of it too.
Oh damn! Brook Lopez is done for the season. Back surgery.
Yes, sir.
That's not good. The more you watch the Bucks, the more important you realize that guy is. It's wild how much it's like last year in the playoffs. I feel like Bobby Portis was just on fire. But on the average night, the Bucks are much better with Brooks Lopez in the lineup.
He just fits really well next to Giannis. You know who they signed to see if he can fill those shoes to some degree? Boogie Cousins.
Brooks Lopez hits a fucking – I don't know whether he hits a really high percentage of threes, but he makes defenses respect him like he hits a very high percentage of threes.
Yeah, Boogie's not going to do that.
And Brooks is underrated off the bounce. Actually, when he fakes a 3 and goes to the rim, he usually gets fouled on it, but he's very good at that play.
He's also like one of the best post players we've seen in like the last 10 years. When you just think about him in Brooklyn all those years when he was the guy, like that's how that was his bread and butter. He put up 20 and 10 all the time.
Yo, Brook Lopez is a good player.
He is a good player.
Big Brooks
Old
Lopez.
now, but yeah, I mean, you don't play this long unless you're a good player. He's played for what, 12 years at least.
All right, so Boston or Milwaukee for you?
I'd go Milwaukee. I don't see how I could take Boston. I mean, it's who guards Tatum is the only thing. Is Jaylen Brown
Boston historically, like Boston wins this matchup? I'm not sure why. I can't pin in my head. I feel like I'm too groggy right now to freaking.
Marcus Smart's listed as day to day. I'm sure he plays though. He's a tough guy. So Jaylen Brown is playing.
Theoretically, though, Jaylen Brown is like a huge problem in this matchup.
That's what I'm saying. Him and Tatum are huge problems. Who guards either of them? So that's why I can see. I was assuming that Brown wasn't playing since he hasn't been, but that makes it a little tougher. And the Celtics are due for a win. They're on a 3-game skid, lost 4 of their last 5.
Ugh, I just don't like this iteration of Boston when
they're returning home after a long West Coast trip.
A nice 1 for 4 on the road trip.
1 for 4 against Portland Trailblazers without Dame, and I'm pretty sure that's the game that CJ's lung collapsed. So they didn't even have him the whole time.
Oh, dude! For a second I forgot that Bob Williams and Dennis Schroeder are both in the starting lineup. I don't think I could ever take the Celtics. I don't know if I could ever take.
I know it's not pretty.
That's just wild. Who is E Freedom? His last name is Freedom. I've never heard it. And Nez Canner's last name is Freedom now. All right, I'm gonna move on. I don't even know. I maybe go. That's wild.
I'm gonna stick with the Bucks, but that's a strong no play.
You know what, dude?
That's my biggest no play on the board.
I think we're on the public side or something too with the Bucks, but I'll take them too. I agree.
And then my third game that I would actually take is the Hornets Mavs. Luka's still out.
No, Luka played last game. What do you mean? Or he's out tonight?
He was out their last game too. He's got a rolled ankle. They played yesterday. He didn't play. They beat your boys in OKC. Jalen Brunson led them to the win.
My guy.
I love CB too, but that was a good match.
22 from Jalen Brunson the other night.
Yeah, I think he was our leading scorer. It was a good matchup for him though against a team with young guards. I'm sure SGA wasn't playing against him, so it's a nice matchup for Jalen.
Yeah, that is a nice matchup.
Young, inexperienced team, but nonetheless, yeah, I like them. But Mavs are. I think they're cooked in this game. PJ Washington, he might be out. That's only significant injury. They could use him obviously for rebounding, but it's not like they need him against the Mavs front court.
The only thing I'd be worried about, I don't know. I think you're probably right, and I'm not going against Charlotte right now. Because I'm not sure I'd like to be on that. I bet on them so much this year. I made a lot on them this year. I'm a Charlotte guy just in terms of whatever. They seem to just be continually disrespected in the market no matter what they do.
Yeah.
Like the other night, they're home dogs to the fucking Kings.
They just have that stench on them from the last decade, basically.
They also won that Kings matchup, and I don't think that Kings matchup is a particularly easy matchup for them. I actually think that's a difficult matchup.
It was not.
Any physicality teams that are going to punch you in the mouth, I think is going to be the Hornets' problem generally. And if they're just going to skill for skill with somebody and then you have Miles Bridges on a mismatch, they're very difficult to stop.
Yeah.
The only thing that I would be worried about in this matchup is just fucking Jalen Brunson just being a steady, smart guy and just kind of picking apart the little things that on defense and just kind of keeping it super steady. And if they don't shoot well, I'm not going to have an opinion on this one, but
they have them beat in this, I would say, without Luka in the skill and athleticism boxes.
It's interesting that, they're going to have to roll out Brunson, Hardaway, Trey Burke, and somebody, and is that Javonte Green?
At the guards? You're saying?
Yeah, to deal with. Is Rozier playing?
I think he's out too.
Because if he's out, that actually helps the Mavs quite a bit.
No, Terry Rozier's back. Ish Smith is out. Plumlee's out. LaMelo's out. Obviously, he's been out.
I feel like money's going to come in on the Hornets either way in this matchup.
Yeah, I just like the matchup for the Hornets.
I like the Hornets. I love Cody Martin.
I feel like they're due for some wins too. Like they've been playing good basketball. They've had some tough matchups. They played teams tough. Like that loss they had to the Bucks. They were in that all game. They just lost by a bucket. The Sixers they played close back to back, and I mean that's not a good matchup for them because they got no answer for Embiid. Yeah, I just think that they're due for a win, and this is not a good team without Luka.
Mildly worrisome would be the fact that there is no Nick Richards and PJ Washington were out, both out last game with some kind of illness thing. There's no Mason Plumlee. I mean, Vernon Carey and JT Thor guarding Porzingis and whatever inside is not a good look. Generally not a good look.
No, that's why PJ Washington playing is going to be really important because he can bump with Porzingis. He can guard him on the outside, and he can. I mean, if Porzingis even tries to go inside, which is unlikely, but obviously Washington's stronger than he is.
Wait, last game they beat the Kings without. There's no Ball.
Ball hasn't played in like the last week plus. That they lost. That's when they lost to the Sixers in the back-to-back. There was no LaMelo.
I don't want anything to do with these guys. Although, man, the talent they're accumulating on this team is sick.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Kai Jones. Kai Jones getting the damn starting lineup. It'll happen sooner or later.
When they get healthy, man, they're gonna be a problem.
How about Book Night the other night? Vernon Carey is like not an NBA player though. He doesn't have enough like lateral quickness or anything or vertical. He can't go any directions well enough to be an NBA player. I guess front and back, no up and down or side to side. But I don't think he's an NBA player. My favorite game, and I feel like I'm going to be on a way public side, but I think Denver is going to beat Washington.
I'd be on Denver over Washington as well. No Kuzma, who's their leading rebounder. No Bryant.
I just can't do Daniel Gafford on Jokic.
I mean, and no Bryant to throw at him. You don't have Hachimura to like be somewhat of a. They're without three of their primary like front court players. It's not a good matchup. Obviously, they crushed it in the guard play. Will Barton playing or not is kind of a big factor tonight.
Yeah, that is huge.
He's game time decision, I believe. But,
what is going on in Denver, man? They can't keep anybody healthy for like more than 20 minutes. It's just like the worst things. Like even like PJ Dozier would have been such a huge piece to have this year. Tore his ACL. It's like they have
really sad, man. They really can't keep it together, and it's just a waste of Jokic in his prime, which is the worst part.
And he's playing at such a freakishly high level. It's such a waste.
He's an MVP candidate again.
I love when I take the Nuggets the other night. The Spurs hit 50-something% from three. The next game, I mean, obviously regressed.
Of course.
Oh, just the way life goes. But the second game seems like it went a lot more. I didn't look at the box score this one. It seemed like it went a lot more like I thought in the first. Yes, starting Devon Reed, I will admit, is not the best look, the Miami kid. I mean, I like him as like a gritty kid or whatever, but it's not ideal like playing Marcus Howard, Francuso or whatever his name, Camposo. His first name isn't Frank. I thought it was Frank. It's not. It's a cooler name. Facundo Camposo. I don't like seeing.
I only know him by Camposo. I don't think I've ever heard his first name till you just butchered it right there.
No, Facundo. There's no other way to say it. Facundo.
I'm not saying you're saying it wrong. You're just butchering it.
Yeah, that's fair. I think I have to take the Nuggets either way. I don't care that there's a decent guard edge for the Wizards. I think the Wizards are playing terrible too.
They're playing really bad. I can't get over the Montrezl Harrell thing, man. I thought he was going to fit on this team. I thought he was going to play more minutes, and in the last month, he is just hardly touching the court and no productivity. But
that is weird. Yeah, why is he playing under like Danny Avdia's got more minutes than him in a box score? That looks wrong.
I know. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's a waste of them. Ship them off somewhere where you're going to
play like frenetic. Like, do they play like crazy people? Like, why does Kyle Kuzma need to be on the court 40 minutes a game? Kyle Kuzma has basically the most minutes in every box score I see. Besides, like, it's like basically him and Beal are like the top of their box score.
He's their leading rebounder. It's insane. What team that is going to have any success is Kyle Kuzma as their leading rebounder?
It's a feat that they're freaking 3 games over 500.
Yeah, the same record as the Sixers.
See, so this is a similar. So if I just use like almost like the Spurs as a proxy, if they're going to try and play almost, they might do like basically. I mean, they're basically 4-1 what Gafford did. If I use that as a proxy, then I don't think the Wizards beat the shit out of the Spurs in rebounding out of the Nuggets on the boards like the Spurs did in that matchup, which was a big problem. So I think Jokic just continues to play well. They'll get enough points from that. And then the Wizards just aren't playing well. They're not going to – this team is not a good offensive rebounding team. It can't be.
No, this is a triple-double night for Joker all day. And typically when he scores a triple-double, they have success.
Yeah, I think
he had a triple-double the other night and they lost.
Aaron Gordon can guard Kyle Kuzma off the bounce, yes?
Oh, all day, but Kuzma's not playing.
Wait, you just said Kuzma's not playing?
No, Kuzma's out, Hachimura's out, and Brian is out. 3 of their top.
Well, Hachimura won't be back, right?
I don't know what his deal is. I feel like he hasn't
Japan.
played since like the first week.
Okay, so they're gonna play Harrell and Gafford.
Yeah, I would think. Yeah, I don't know what else you do. I don't know if he usually probably plays the 3, and then with Dinwiddie and Beal. I assume that's the starting.
No, I think they have to start Dinwiddie, Beal, and Pope. I think you have to. That's your whole team. That's the concept of your team. You have to start them. It's kind of like your
that works too. Yeah, if they're making threes, it's a little, but even still, yeah, I like Denver in this game.
Yeah, I like Denver. I'll take the public side. I don't care if I'm walking right into it. I can get 4.5. I'll take 4.5 in this game.
Agreed.
It might even wait. It might be a public side.
Last game of the night.
All right, yeah, I don't have much an opinion on this one. Who's Deborah Boyd?
Who?
Who's Deborah Boyd? She commented at 7:24 VOI FYI. What's VOI? Is it slang? Video
it's some sort of acronym that we're not familiar with?
VOI slang meaning. I just typed it in.
VOI meaning is something. Oh, void.
Damn it, what does it mean? I want to know. Voices of insanity? Is that what I just said? Hey, Deb, are we nuts?
It looks like it could be I'm seeing French.
Well, I saw that before, but then I went
a little deeper with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I would fucking if
anyone. Oh no, it's Italian.
Well, I get it. Beer just voila, vide, like it's just like they just say things. I'd love to know who Deborah Boyd is and what VOI FYI means.
Deborah, chime back when you get a chance.
Deb left. We had the little one person viewing for a bit, but Deb left, so I don't know.
Deb, sorry we missed you. Next time.
Next time, Deb. I don't have much in my opinion before we wrap up. I don't have much on Phoenix Clips.
I just hate the Clippers. I think they're a very bad team, just a train wreck. I know Booker's out. Ayton's missed, I think, a game or 2. If he doesn't play, their front court's really bad, but the Clippers don't have a good front court. So I would just take the Suns. Yeah, I would take the Suns.
You're right there. I think you're right. I think the Suns are probably right.
The Clippers are 4-5 in their last 5, but I mean, playing those wins came against the Lakers, the Trailblazers, the Celtics without Brown, and the Magic, and they only beat the Magic by 2 points in their own house.
I always have to take spreads against the Magic with a grain of salt because nobody wants to guard those fucking guards for 48 minutes.
I agree, but you should still win. I mean, the Magic were in that game the whole game. It wasn't like they just fought back at the end.
Oh, there was no Paul George for that. Yeah.
That seems right. He would sit against that team.
See, the only thing is I feel like Reggie Jackson is a consistently underrated commodity because what he can do for this team's a different team than it used to be because of him and the role he has now on this team. And do you see BJ Boston's plan?
Your boy Beej.
Well, BJ Boston, the kid's gonna be good. I'm telling people, BJ Boston's gonna be a good. 3 for 11, not really showing it what I want him to show, but he's playing well. I don't know. There's something that makes me feel the Suns are definitely the pubby side, but they're eating a little. I don't think this opened at 3. I think this opened at like 1 or 2. So it's moved a couple points in their direction.
I like it a lot more at 1 or 2, but I would still be on the Suns. But just a quick recap, I'd say my top 2 without a doubt are Sixers -3, Warriors -4 in the hook. And
we're dueling on that. We're dueling on the
fair enough.
Pacers game.
And then honestly, after talking it out, I think
I don't like the Pacers. I don't like them a lot, but I would, if I gun to my head, I'm taking Pacers money line if I have to take something in that game.
You're taking them at all the wrong times, my friend.
I might just be asked backwards on the Deb, is that you? We have one person back. Deb, is that you? What is
boy, Deb, boy?
Deb, what does VOI mean? She could just be French.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Low percent chances that Deb is Deborah, a French girl named Deborah.
Deborah.
All right, so I think mine, even though I think I'm walking right into a public trap, but I'll take the Nuggets. I just think matchup wise, down to 4. On my side, it's down to 4 now. I'll lock in Nuggets -4 as mine. You lock in as your favorite one today, the Sixers. I like the Sixers too. I'm in that game if I have to take a side. And then I swear maybe a little sprinkle of the Rockets money line, and then we'll duel a little bit on Golden State, Indiana. But I'm going to take some. It is down to 10.5. Moving on the stream.
The Rockets Hawks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down 10.5 most places.
Yep, that's what I saw too. Yeah, that would probably be my fourth choice. But yeah, it's actually a better slate after talking that through. There's some games here to go in on. So we'll see what happens.
I think we're just watching apathetic Steph loafing around, just doing whatever. It's just all over the place. I think that's what we're gonna watch.
I don't know, man. I think it's a good matchup for him. It's gonna be Brogdon or LeVert on him one night, I would think. Maybe some Chris Duarte.
Yeah, put Duarte on him and annoy him. And then I think you can guard whoever. I think whoever can guard Poole. I'm talking myself into this, but on the flip side, like Draymond's gonna be not really a matchup for Draymond besides like off the bench. I think Brissett actually could probably guard him. I love O'Shea Brissett.
Well, Wiggins has been playing good basketball, and we didn't have anyone to put on him in that game Saturday night, and he was cooking. Otto Porter is a great bench player.
If you want to, if the win condition for years,
no, I'm not saying that.
Wiggins.
I agree.
You can have them.
If you got to ride those two ponies, you're not getting too far. But
no, yeah. Wait, so you're saying the game plan behind going behind Wiggins went good until it didn't? Sounds like the guy's career, like every game in the guy's career.
Yeah.
I not to be mean. I mean, I like him. I like his little brother. I think his little brother's a little winner, but
he fits well on the team. But yeah, he's not that dude. That it actually just dropped a hook that game too. It's down to 4.
It is. Yeah, okay.
So now's the time to lock in on the Warriors. I'm going to do that as we hang up.
No way. That's our duel on this one. I'm telling you, this is a I guess fuck you, Karis LeVert game. They are definitely
3.5 on DraftKings.
You guys are definitely deeper. Dude, I tell you, I put in a bunch of money into DraftKings to buy a ton of those like Tom Brady mystery box containers, and then they were literally all like you can't even like you can't bet with DraftKings in Las Vegas. You can't even purchase things with DraftKings in Las Vegas. Like I couldn't purchase NFTs through DraftKings because I live in Las Vegas. Unbelievably stupid.
Tough life.
Super tough life. Oh, I'm not. When I said Pacers money line, by the way, I meant Pacers spread.
Yeah, I knew what you meant. I assume that's what you meant.
No, I mean I said money line. I'm changing my to spread because I want the points. I don't like this team, and I don't. This is going to be like the first time I bet on this season. I'm hoping it's not just me being contrarian to you. I'm getting a little worried right now. Brad Wanamaker running the second unit isn't like super comforting. Like him trying to handle the ball with like Gary Payton up his ass. That's not something I want to see too much of.
Nor should you.
I like Gary Payton. He actually like makes shit happen when he comes in.
Yeah, he's a nice bench guard for sure.
Just change of pace, make some shit happen. If things aren't going how you want, like bring in that fucking lunatic to rattle things up and get things going.
Yeah, he does he rebounds well for his position. He can pass. He does all the little things.
He was like a walking triple-double in college.
Was he?
Yeah, at Oregon State. All right, let's wrap this up. We just had
Speaking of, did you see any of that Baylor Villanova game?
Dude, Baylor has 2 NBA forwards.
I know, and they play good defense, but still to not score 40 points in 40 minutes is disgusting.
Well, you guys have to, that's like a big strength of what you guys have to do is use your just use the smarts positional stuff from all your bigs. Like a lot of them are just on like driving lanes and stuff.
I think Samuels was out too, which killed them.
Kendall Brown and the Sochan guy, just Kendall Brown and Sochan, the 2 freshmen for Baylor are both NBA players, but like winner NBA players, like make the right plays, unselfish, like not like these freshmen that come in there like, oh, I'm the star of the team because I'm like the heralded hype freshman.
Baylor's a good team. They're going to be a problem in the tournament. I feel like they just play very good defense. They're just they move the ball well. They're well coached.
They might be, and they also like there was enough guys on that team last year where the culture is still there. Exactly. Like they all talk the same, walk the same, act the same. Like Mayer, Flagler, those kids, Thamba, the kids that were there last year. It's literally like Mitchell and Butler are still there.
Yeah, it's been a seamless transition. They got a good program going. But all right, we'll see what happens.
Nobody can beat Duke, and it's all just for window dressing.
Unless it's Ohio State, I guess.
No, I mean we were up by freaking 15 in the second half.
Loss is a loss.
It's true, but it was a good learning experience. We got that out of the way, so it doesn't have to happen in the tournament. It's not going to be against Zaga or something. All right, let's have a happy everybody have a happy Monday. We'll be back later this week, but we'll on the Double Dribble Pod Twitter. We'll continue to post every day. There'll be something out every day. We'll make sure we'll get this. Let's get a little momentum here. Get the ball rolling. Maybe Deb will tell us. Deb, if we roll together a little bit here for like maybe a week or two, will you tell us what VOI means, Deb? It's killing us. It's tearing us apart, Deb.
Deb, hopefully we made you some money, and we'll make you some money, and you can share what VOI means.
We need it, Deb. Like air. I need VOI like I need air.
Are you French, or did you make your own acronym? I need to know.
It must. She said FYI. It must mean something. Are we lagging, Deb? Is this gamer talk?
Tech talk?
Am I a frog, Deb? Pepe? Deb? All right. I hope everybody has a wonderful Monday. Yeah. You got anything else, Shell? Or we sign out?
Let's sign it out. Happy Monday. Let's make some money.